Imagine standing on a world where the ground is a burning ocean of lava, or looking up at the sky where glass shards rain at thousands of miles per hour. These aren't fantasies, these are real planets that exist in our universe. And today, we're exploring 5 of the most horrifying exoplanets ever discovered, and you might want to stick around for the last one. HD 189733b, the Glass Rain World. Imagine stepping outside and being struck by glass moving faster than a bullet. That's the daily weather forecast of HD 189733b, a planet that looks so calm from a distance, but up close is pure chaos. Only 64 light years away, from space it looks beautiful, a deep blue giant almost like Earth, but its beauty is a trap. The planet is a gas giant orbiting close to its star, winds tearing through its atmosphere at 54,000 miles per hour. That's 7 times the speed of sound. And what falls in those winds isn't rainwater, it's molten glass. Silicate particles in the atmosphere condensed into shards, which are then blasted sideways by the hurricane force winds. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope helped confirm the atmospheric makeup, and the European Space Agency has described this as one of the most violent exoplanets ever seen. TRES 2b, the Dark World. Now we move to the darkest planet ever discovered. Located 750 light years away, it's a gas giant that reflects less than 1% of the light hitting it. For comparison, coal reflects more light than this planet. Even though its temperature is around 1000 degrees Celsius, it barely glows. NASA scientists studying this planet with the Kepler Space Telescope called it darker than black paint. Imagine looking down at the world that absorbs almost everything. A planet where shadows don't exist because the whole surface is a shadow. Researchers think chemicals like vaporized sodium, potassium, or even titanium oxide in the atmosphere absorbs the light, leaving the planet pitch black. Some scientists compared it to the giant black hole of a planet, except without the gravity to trap you. If you were floating above it, you might not even see it at all. Only its faint outline against its star gives away its presence, a true nightmare of endless darkness. K2141b, the Lava Ocean World. K2141b is about 200 light years away. It's a rocky world similar in size to Earth, but that's where the similarity ends. This planet is tidally locked, which means one side always faces its star. The day side reaches over 3000 degrees Celsius, hot enough to vaporize rock. The night side drops to minus 200 degrees Celsius. One half is fire and the other half is ice. Instead of oceans of water, K2141b has oceans of molten lava. The heat turns solid rock into vapor, creating an atmosphere made up of evaporated stone. These vapors move across the planet in supersonic winds and rain back down as molten rock on the cooler side. Scientists from McGill University modeled this cycle, calling it a rock cycle that acts like Earth's water cycle. So if you could somehow stand here, you'd see rivers and seas of lava stretching to the horizon. Above you, clouds of vaporized stone, and somewhere beyond the horizon, the other half of the planet, frozen in eternal night. It's a world in balance, the yin-yang of the universe, fire on one side, ice on the other, locked in a cycle of destruction. WASP-12b, the Doomed Planet. If oceans of lava were not terrifying enough, how about a planet that's literally being eaten alive? That's WASP-12b, 1400 light years away. This planet orbits so close to its star that a year lasts just over a single day. The star's gravity is pulling it apart, stretching it into an egg shape. Astronomers watching through NASA's Hubble Space Telescope have seen material from this planet spiraling into the star. NASA even described it as being on a death spiral. Temperatures on the day side reach 2500 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt steel. Every orbit, the planet loses more of itself. Scientists believe it may not survive another 10 million years, which in cosmic time is almost nothing. So if you lived here, every sunrise would reveal pieces of your world being torn away into space. It's one of those few planets we know that is dying while we watch. Gliss 436b, the Burning Ice Planet. Finally, we have Gliss 436b, a planet that shouldn't exist. It's about 30 light years away and similar in size to Neptune. At first glance, it looks like an icy world, but the surface temperature is around 400 degrees Celsius. Here's the paradox. Despite the heat, this planet is covered in ice. How? The pressure of gravity is so extreme that water molecules are forced into solid crystalline structure. The ice is locked down, unable to melt, no matter how hot it gets. Astronomers sometimes call this hot ice. And with methane in the atmosphere possibly igniting, the world may literally look like ice on fire, a burning, frozen hell that defies the laws of physics. NASA and ESA list Gliss 436b as one of the strangest exoplanets because it forces us to rethink what's possible. So here they are, the most terrifying exoplanets in the universe. Each one shows us the universe doesn't follow the rules we expect. NASA and ESA keep discovering new exoplanets, and almost every time we find something stranger than before. These worlds prove one thing: compared to the horrors of space, Earth really is a paradise. The terrifying truth? We've only begun to scratch the surface of what's out there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.